Welcome to another classic car cave. So I'm going to give you a bit of an update today about what's going on. There's quite a lot of work out in the garden this time of the year, so Refka and Amir are working on a lot of new planting and stuff, which I'll pop a little bit in just to show you the kind of area that I'm having to cover. But as you can see, these are the original lights off the car. We have new ones to go on. Unfortunately, the chroming cost as much as the new ones are, so it's better to just keep these as a backup. They are in good condition, but they would need re-chroming, and there's some corrosion inside the lighting where the bulb goes, inside the fittings. But we've put them on just to check it out, and as you can see, that it's getting better and better. I'll drop the car so it's upright and you can see it better. There's still quite a bit of fettling to do, but you can see that the lines are really getting there. So what we're trying to do is concentrate on the back here, get all this back tonneau finished, the petrol filler and everything, all the chrome fitting correctly, putting the rear wings back on again, and then we can start in the front. We don't want to basically go backwards and forwards. So the idea is to get this finished completely, get it into primer, and then we'll probably do some high build later and start rubbing it back. But I'll give you a quick view now what it looks like in its correct position. So I think you can see from here it's looking pretty nice. The lines are pretty good. It's a bit at the top here, needs to doing on that corner. It's a little bit wide there, but the actual across the car is perfect now, and it's all good here and all the way along. As I said, the line is really nice up the side. There's an area up here which is it's got a bit of a flat spot in it, so that's going to have to be built up, and as you can see, that is protruding slightly, but this has got to be built up anyway. So we'll take that back to bare metal again and lead load this. You can see the lead loading's already started in here. So really we want to get this tonneau finished first and get everything right before we move on. And again here you can see that the line is really good, but this opening is too much here, so we've got to carry on. This will have to be cut back, and we'll carry on lead loading that until we get that gap the same all the way around. But you can see it's too far away. Along the back it looks good, along there, but then as you come you can see here where the issue is. So that has to be cut out and re-leaded in there, and we'll get that spot on. But yeah, it's very time consuming, as you can probably appreciate, trying to get these shut lines right. But with any car, if the shut line looks bad, you can pick it up straight away, particularly on the Jaguars. The E-Type is the most, I don't know, I'm sure Ferraris, I've never worked on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, I'm sure it's the same situation, but particularly the E-Type, which I'll uncover in a minute. The E-Type has certain lines on it that just have to be absolutely right, the bonnet and the scuttle and the doors and so on, or it sticks out like a sore thumb. Yeah, as far as the bumpers are concerned, I'm just padding them up a little bit now so we can start looking at it. What we'll do first is we'll put them onto the rolling chassis and check the measurements, and then check the measurements on the back of the car and the front of the car to make sure they're going to be central, because I don't know if there's bends in them that need to be redone or reheated and bent. So I'll take you down and show you what the other parts of the bumper look like, which is the bumper irons. So here we are. This is the rear bumper irons, and you can see this is the drawing from you know what you need. The problem I've found is if any of these irons are missing or broken or whatever, or so badly corroded, they shouldn't be. I mean, you look at the thickness of that steel; it's pretty big. You have to buy the whole set. Unfortunately, you can't buy just, you know, this piece, and this piece. You have to buy the whole lot, which is a bit annoying. But there you go. It's made out of quite a lot of parts. So what we'll do now is check that everything is correct and it sits right, because some of the angles don't look 100%. This is the rear bumper and this is the front bumper, and you might see just how massive some of these holes are, and they use quite big washers. The reason they've done this obviously is to be able to align it correctly rather than have the metal lined up. It's how it's going to sit on the bumper when it's on the car itself. These are not the correct nuts and bolts for it. These are some coach bolts I've just put in just now. But here's a typical, for instance, you can see, if I zoom down on that there, you can see how that angle is. And then here you can see how much more it's up. So this is something that's probably going to have to be heated and treated. And these have been sandblasted and then done in hammerite. But you can see, maybe if I open one of these up you can see it better. I don't know if I can get it off with one finger, maybe I can. You can see just how huge the, rather than elongate some of these, what they've done is they've just made the hole absolutely massive. So you can see there just how big that is in comparison to the bolt. And these are the original bolts in it, so you can see how much movement there would have been on this to get it right. So I shouldn't think they lined up very well, because obviously the situation with these is they have to be put onto the car afterwards, because obviously you've got to pass this through the body, then onto the chassis, and then off of the legs up, and so on and so forth. And exactly the same with these, because they're going through the bodywork, or sticking out of the bodywork, obviously, kind of here and here. They have to be put in separately, so quite a lot of fiddling to get them right, but there you go. So that's as far as the XK is concerned, and I'll show you a couple of other things that's going on at the moment, and just update you on them. So as far as the track cars going, these Cobra seats and harnesses in here, we actually only need one seat. I will be keeping both seats in it until after the guys have come from the UK in September, and then provisionally I'm going to send them on to Randy in Texas at Lone Star Mini. I'll send him the seats and the harnesses, and I'm talking to Amir now. He's got a friend in Bosnia that does upholstery, and he's going to make a racing seat for us, and then I'll just buy the harness, because normally there would only be one seat in it, and they're just far too narrow for my hips. I'm too fat, too grossly overweight to get into them, and they're actually hurting my back badly. I've had such a sore back since last week that I just can't drive the car comfortably. I can't get my hips in there because I've got a fat ass, and lean back. It's just arching my back, and it's awful. So we're going to take them out, but as I said, it won't be till after the guys from England have come over for their visit. Hopefully the visit will go ahead. Yeah, so that's the thing. So we're going to have something made, and probably we'll have it made in the Golf colours, or some Golf logo on it. Apparently this guy's already shown me what he can do with a Golf sticker on the headrest or whatever, and it'll probably have bigger wings on it, I would think, you know, so the head doesn't get flopped around too much. So that's, but apart from that, the car is running absolutely superb. I've got some spare medium slicks, medium compound slicks, which are on the 13x7s. These are actually 13x7, but the offset is different on these wheels in comparison to the other one, so I'll get them changed over as well. And we're looking at trying to get booking a Pannonia ring if we can. It's nearly 4.7 kilometers long, and it's perfect for what we need, but it's just getting a booking for it. So that's the update on that one. So I'll take you for a quick look around the garden. There was an apple tree here. This is where our dog is buried, Cara. She's a schnauzer, so, but it was almost dead, so we put these new trees in. Hopefully they'll grow a little bit. So this is what Amir and Revka have been up to. In fact, they're here. You see, Christ, they look like soldiers. That's from your military background, isn't it?
Yes.
Christ, the Marines never stood in line better than they do. What a difference. So they've had to rake all this over. There's over 112, and we need about another 16, so about 130 I've got to go in. And then some extra plants here on the corner. But it was a big job, you can imagine, not only tilling all that, but taking all the dead ones out. They were in for about 15 years, the original. These are lavender. and they grow quite big. That looks great. Man, that's impressive, that line. So 16 is all you need, you reckon, for the back one?
Yeah, just 16 between.
That's unbelievable. We go to the edge and you can see it better. I mean, God. Yeah, they're pretty straight. I wouldn't say there's there might be a couple of mil difference one now and then. Wow. So to finish up with, as far as the E-Type's concerned, we're ready to go. We are leaving on Tuesday for Bad Gastein, I think it's pronounced. Yes, this is the hotel up in the Austrian Alps, which is Grossglockner, which is the road we're going to be using around there. It's a good 300 kilometres from here and 300 back plus. So we'd probably do best part of 1,000 k's over the 4 days. Now the problem is after our run out at the track day, my back is absolutely killing me from sitting in those awful seats. But obviously, with the adrenaline pumping you at the time, it doesn't come on. But the evening afterwards I was in severe pain. Hopefully, it'll be better by Tuesday. This is Sunday, Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. So, and the other problem is my wife. Unfortunately, yesterday we were getting a lot of planting equipment, or a lot of planting, not equipment, but plants to put into the garden for the start of the summer. And I'd left the tow hitch on the Mercedes, and she banged her knee on it really badly. I've done it a few times, I must admit. It's pretty hard when you hit that 50mm ball, and it's hurt her knee. So getting in and out of the E-Type might be a bit of a problem. To be honest, they're not the easiest of cars, even at 20, 30 years old, to get in and out of. There's definitely a technique, and to try and get out of them gracefully is very difficult, but hopefully we can use the car. The main problems is my back, my wife's knee, and the weather. The weather's looking not very good at the moment. It's going to rain, and I can assure you, if you're an E-Type owner, if you have a coupe, it's one thing, but a roadster with the top put on is awful. They're very claustrophobic. They're not nice to drive. You feel very hemmed in and cramped in. The mist system's terrible on them, and the wipers on all the E-Types, and it makes it not a nice drive. When the top's down on this car, this is what it's perfect for. On a sunny day when the top is down, it's an absolute delight. But with the top pinned on, it's not a nice drive. It's not a comfortable drive. So we'll decide on Tuesday. The weather looks like it's going to get better, and we're both feeling better. Then we'll take the Jag. If not, we'll go in our Mercedes van. And the fact that it's a Vienna Jaguar Club means no reason there. We've paid for the hotel and the trip anyway, so we might as well enjoy it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, on that note, hopefully it'll be better on Tuesday, and I will film whether I take our Mercedes or I take the E-Type. I will film it and put it up on YouTube. So, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and catch you in the next one.